Um, no, no.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to the Enhanced Sports Show. My name is Lou Tenor, and I'm glad everybody's ready to call in. Don't forget the number is 512-543-4662. Once again, the 512-543-4662. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting better. All right. We got a lot to discuss, of course. Keep in mind, guys, now that we're getting to football season, and I think from this point on, we got to keep our comments down about 5 minutes in length. Otherwise, we won't get through the football picks. So bear with me on that. All right. You can also check Ruslan McGee's show coming up at 6. Kevin Dixon, he was not going to do 6 to 8 on Monday nights for the duration of the football season. And whenever Betty is ready, she'll be on when the time comes. And right, okay. And remember, the number is 512-543-4662. Oh, don't forget, also check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in the Enhanced Sports Show. But I prefer you do it after the show. All right, so let's begin. All right, I'll bring in Steve Davidson first. Steve. Okay, I'm glad you're feeling better. Steve Kent. All right. By the way, guys, I'm not on my usual location. We're coming to you from the Golden Nugget in Atlantic City. That's why it's a little things are a little bit different saying this week. Mikey. All right, Alex. Oops, Alex. Like a Rolling Stone, of course. Greg and Diana here. Okay. All right. So we got a lot. And by the way, for those of you dropped out, call back in. Okay. Oh boy, he really have no patience. All right. So I mean, we got Olympics. We got Major League Baseball, of course. Preseason NFL and college football starts. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna maybe start with the Olympics since that's got gonna take up a lot of time, so just bear with me. Well, it was now nearly 3 weeks ago that the Olympics started, and now they came to an end last week. Just it seemed like yesterday when Celine Dion gave her opening performance at the Eiffel Tower, despite the pouring rain, and everybody had to duck for cover. And the athletes entered the game by boat down by the Seine River. Very impressive. Incredible performances from Olympic stars such as Katie Ledecky, Simone Biles, and Noah Lyles, no relation, and Stephen Curry were some of the highlights, as well as some of the surprises, such as the U.S. gymnastics team that went bronze, which was very worthwhile. However, there were some controversies that were part of the games as well, such as American gymnast Jordan Childs losing a bronze medal on the floor exercises after not going the routine in order. That was the problem right there. You know, they have this routine where you have to do it in a complete set. She did the set, but it wasn't in the exact order that the judges, of course, accepted. You know how, like, when a batter in the batting lab, you have to go like in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, or whatever. You know, that was the controversy right there. I'm not saying that was right for them to take it away, but you have to do things according, that rules are rules, guys. That's what I can say. I'll get to that more in a little bit. And as one of the floor exercises, boxer Khalif, after a gender controversy which grabbed headlines. Oh, brother. And we know about that. Next up is the Paralympics. That's the disabled athletes from August 28th to September 8th. The next Winter Games will be held in Milan in February 2026. I'm looking forward to that. And the Summer Games in 2020 in beautiful downtown LA, which is not really all that beautiful at all. Trust me, I've been there. All right. So, overall, what do we think about the Olympics, and what do we think about the gymnast who kind of got cheated? And by the way, they went to appeal it, but you had to do it within a 60-second time limit, and the appeal was over by 4 seconds. Not that that's fair. I mean, you need a little bit of time more, but the Olympic Committee is very tight on their rules here. So that was another problem. So overall, what do we make of the Olympics and the controversies? Uh, right, Steve Davidson, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, but we meant Olymp but that's not Olympics though, Steve. That wasn't Olympics. Oh, oh, that okay, that. I'm just thinking Roy Jones. That's a name. That's an old timer. No offense. Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Mhm. All right, Steve Kent. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, sure. Mhm. Yes. Yes. Mm, exactly. All right. Anyone else? All right, Greg heads up. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. No. Hmm. Yes. Yeah. Right. I wouldn't say it was a critical well, I did. No. Well, yeah. I mean, it was yeah. I mean, we didn't. Yeah. Mhm. Ex- Our idiot of the week. Our idiot of the week. That's gonna be our idiot of the week. All right, Matt? Yeah. Gotta keep it short. Right. Yes. Remember that. Yeah. Right. Any, yeah. Anyone else have any comments? All right. Now move on. Matthew, you want to comment on this? Maybe. Matt, you wish to make a comment? Yes. We're doing the Olympics and how the mistake was made by one of the gymnasts and was her medal was taken away. The bronze. Yes. Anything else you want to add to that? Or else he has okay. Right. Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. If nothing further, we'll move on. All right. Well, unfortunately, there was a little bit of disappointment as the U.S. women's volleyball team lost to Italy. No, but I am Italian, so it's a win for me either way in the gold medal match. Italy, who had not lost a single set since the opening round of pool play, won the gold medal and match 3-0, a 3-0 sweep by the scores of 25-18, 25-20, and 25-17 over the U.S. So they didn't have much to hold on to. It was billed as the clash of the Titans between Italy, who was top ranked, and the U.S., which was the defending champion. But by far, the first few points, they were the obvious winner. Italy on 5-1 and 12-6, forcing U.S. coach Karch Karai, who is getting up there now in age, to take early timeouts. The Italians fed the Stars. Paula Agnew, who spiked out the Americans with 11 first set points. Oof. They were so superior in every aspect of the game and pulled away in the second set. They rose forceful blocks. Italian flags waved in front of the packed crowd at the South Paris Arena, a temporary venue packed into a convention center with the eventual outcome determined. Prior to that weekend, Italy never won a medal in women's volleyball. That's right, never in the Olympics. They are far from a traditional powerhouse. They never even won a quarterfinal match. Wow. But Italy has risen the past few years. It medaled in the 2022 World Championships after losing the opening set to the Dominican Republic in the Olympics. They found their stride, a semifinal sweep of Turkey that confirmed the program's first Olympic medal, but they were not done yet. People already told us we made history outside hitter Katerina Bosnetti after the semifinal, but we wanted gold. And they did in dominant fashion. They took control of the third set by scoring 7 points to turn a 6.5 U.S. advantage to a commanding 12-6 lead and chanted Viva Italia in the stands. So did I. As they grew to a crescendo with match point in hand. The Americans tried to come back, but Italy proved to be far too fast and physical for them and sell for the silver. So what looked like was going to be a clash didn't turn out to be such a clash at all because Italy, which is way too dominant, I thought the U.S. would have at least a chance to win at least 2 sets and try to force into the third final, but that didn't happen. I mean, Italy proved everybody wrong, and they came out on top. And I saw that match. It's like, well, like I said, congratulations though, Italy, on capturing your first gold medal, your first medal period. So for me, that's something to be proud of. Any thoughts on the gold medal match of U.S. and Italia? Anybody? No volleyball fans in the crowd? Okay. Right. Yes. I saw him play 30 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I saw Karai play 30 years ago when I went to California. Although that was beach volleyball, not the same, but still, that takes incredible stamina and speed of that, no matter what type of volleyball it is. All right, Mike, go ahead. Yes. Eh, Okay. Anyone else? Right. Okay. Anyone? Okay, gotta move on. Anyone else? Anyone else have any thoughts? I guess not much volleyball fans. Okay. All right, so I'll move on. All right. I don't think a lot of people did. I mean, even though it's sort of popular, but then again, you had to be up really early to catch that match anyway. So, you know, right. All right, now, all right, now here's what I think might have been the controversial story of the week in the Olympics. All right, first of all, how many saw the U.S. women's basketball match between U.S. and France on that Sunday morning? Okay, all right. So here's what happened. The U.S. basketball team couldn't have fought any harder to win their eighth consecutive gold medal, along with their 61st consecutive win in a narrow 67-66 victory. Narrow it definitely was. Team USA was behind by 10 points to start the third quarter, thanks to excellent ball movement of France, along with cutting to the basket and defensive pressure, forcing the U.S. to cause turnovers and then some. Yet, USA kept its composure and chipped away at France's lead with physical play. France had, okay, no answer for AJ Wilson, which is the cause for most teams, who dominated play inside the lane and ran the floor for easy scores. Wilson had a team by 21 points and 13 rebounds, demonstrating that she is likely the best women's basketball player in the world right now. She was named the FIBA MVP of the women's tournament. Like soccer is, FIFA, they have FIBA. Kelsey Plum and Kayla Cooper each scored 12 points. Cooper's performance towards the end drew a response from Wilson during the post-game interview, provided once the Olympics' most hilarious moments. Gabby Williams, who I think is American by birth or something, scored 19 points. But if she did have 20, the game would have gone to overtime. Now, here was the thing. Her jump shot went in at the end. However, she didn't see it happen. I don't think most people did at first. Her foot was on the line, which only counted as a 2 instead of a 3, would have tied the game and went into overtime. And that's what France needed. And I'll tell you, what a way to lose a game, though. You thought you would tie the game up on 3, and you found, I goofed. Foot was on a 2. Did it? I was trying to think at first. I thought maybe she did tie the game. Like, oh no, we gotta go to overtime. Then I thought, wait, that was a 2. Oh boy. And I'll bet she was. I could tell that she was not happy. Very emotional. Go ahead, Alex. Yeah, right. But this was a final. Yeah, sure. But when you're playing, when you're sure. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, it is a tough break. That's a bad way to lose a game, especially a championship game. Yeah, right. Hmm. It is. Yeah, exactly. I bet you're still thinking about it, because here you are, you're going for it, and all because your foot was on the line, it cost you a chance to at least tie for to go to overtime, and you came out just that short. I mean, that was a very physical game. France had it in the bag until like the last few minutes, and then the U.S. was able to hold the defense and came out the winner. Yeah, that too. Yeah, and then this happened. They sure did. So did, yeah, right. Yeah. All right. So to sum it up, after the final day of competition, well, we got a few more notes at that, but the U.S. and China tied for the most gold medals. Here's an interesting note that it's the first time in Olympic history that has ever happened. So you had co-winners with gold medals. China took the early in the last day of competition as I hope I say this right. Lee Winian took gold in women's weightlifting. The U.S. followed up gold as Jennifer Valente defended her women's cycling title. Okay. The Americans secured their 40th gold medal, but being France in women's basketball by that 1 point. Otherwise, they would have settled for second. Team USA became the overall leader in medals with 126. China was second with 91. The British were third with 65. France was fourth with 64. And Australia was fifth with 53. So while we started out slow, we managed to come out on top. So the Americans, were the still can are still champs, and they got all the medals, and it proves that despite the fact that we start out slow, we still managed to reign supreme in the Olympics. I wish we could say the same way though in the Winter Olympics. We're seeing a tougher time with that. We're better in summer. But congratulations, U.S. on winning all the medals, whether it's gold, silver, or bronze. It's still it's still a great honor. And now we got to get ready for 2028. Well, for the summer games, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yes, right, right. Okay, but still, 128 medals. I mean, that's kind of like how we did in the summer in the summer games of '84. We dominated that as well. Let's hope we can keep it up with the dominations in LA 4 years from now, which I am waiting for. Yes, yes, it should. Yeah, right. Yeah, but I still don't see how we still managed to be lower in the Winter Olympics though. I'm still trying to figure that out. Yeah, I guess not. We are. We are. Yes. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Right. Yes. All right. Over to the men's side now. Um, the U.S. Did it again. They won their fifth straight gold medal with a 98-87 win over France. The incredible moment came when Stephen Curry, who made four clutch three-pointers in a 2 minute second stretch in the fourth, turned away a French uprising. Curry assured the gold with a ridiculous fadeaway bomb that silenced the crowd and put it away with his sleep trademark move. And what a trademark move that was. That turned the whole game right there. Thank goodness. After making 9 3-pointers in the semifinals, which we had a tough time with that, but we got through, and putting 36 points made of 8 for 12 triples in the final 24 points. LeBron scored 14 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. Kevin Durant, who became the first American male to win 4 gold medals, scored 15 points. That's right, first American male to do that. Wow. Devin Booker, who was an unsung hero throughout the summer, scored 15 points, and Anthony Davis had one of his best games, 10 rebounds and 4 blocks. It was the biggest game in the lives of all the French players and played admirably, pressing the U.S. tight in the second half, using pressure defense that stressed the Americans. France cut a double-digit lead with the U.S. to 3 points before Curry sealed it. Luckily, he did. Head coach Steve Kerr went with his fourth lineup in 6 games, going with Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and Joel Embiid alongside Devin Booker. This was the group that executed the comeback against Serbia and gave the U.S. the most versatile lineup. With France coming in scoring less than 80 points per game during the Olympics, it was clear the U.S. game plan was to speed up the game. It was a strategy that worked for the U.S. They made 18 of 36 3-point shots. Wembanyama had his best game as a member of the national team with 26 points and 7 rebounds despite the loss. If it wasn't for that, that 3-pointer by Curry, I don't know what was going to happen, but at least he made it, and the U.S. back on top. As because the Americans, that's our sport in basketball. But the lineup for 2028 might be a little bit different. So, this might be because some of the veterans from this are going to be out because they're going to be past their prime. Some might retire and whatnot. But overall, this was the way that U.S. was supposed to play. I mean, considering that how he bombed out in the World Cup of 2023, so really a major improvement on Team USA. So, do you think maybe they got a shot maybe repeating at 2028? Yeah, he will. Yeah, but no, which ones? Yeah, Chet Holmgren. Yeah, yeah. I have the list actually of the potential lineup for the 2028 Olympics. Yeah. Yes. Right. That's what Jimmy thinks. Well, no, 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 no. It's just potential in it. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Mhm. Jimmy, what do you make of all this? No, yes, right. Well, I had yeah, because like it said here, LeBron, Stefan, and Katie, probably gonna be on their way out. They are past their prime, so they gotta make way for the new wave of wait. It's gonna be a mix of veteran players and upstarts coming up. And this is not, of course, this is not official, but this is who they are thinking of for the 2020 lineup. Now, remember, this is not official. Nothing's been determined. This is only the potential list so far. First, Tyrese Halliburton of the Pacers. Yeah. Two, Jalen Brunson of the Knicks. Three, Devin Booker of the Suns. Four, Jalen Suggs of the Magic. Five, Jason Tatum of the Celtics. Channing Tatum couldn't make it. Six, Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves. I like that. Seven, Jalen Brown of the Celtics. Yuck. Eight, Paulo Banchero of the Magic. Number nine might be interesting here. Cooper Flagg, who's going to play for Duke this season. He's going to be might be the next star. Number 10, Anthony Davis of the Lakers. Yeah. Number 11, Bam Bam. And number 12, Chet Holmgren. So, I'm interested to see what Flagg is going to do for Duke, first of all. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Right. I'm just thinking, what's everything of Flagg? Yeah. I know. Yeah. Well, yes. Right. No, but what's everything of Flagg? Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right. But a lot of them are not gonna be I don't think it'll be part of 2028. So, this was what they were coming up with. I'm not gonna go there. Right. Yes. Right. No, you can't. Right. Okay. All right, I gotta move on now. All right. And also congratulations to the U.S. women's soccer team. After 12 years, they finally won a gold medal. It's their first since 2008. I mean, they've been, you know, down for quite a while. And also with the disappointment in the World Cup last year, they finally found their way back. After a grueling stretch of 5 games in 13 days, the team slowed Brazil as it was setting the pace, looking for more dangerous on offense. Still, despite an unsettled looking U.S. backline, both teams there at halftime scoreless. But Team USA came out of the locker room with renewed hope. Brazil slowed the pace a bit more, and the U.S. team took advantage to get better looks on goal. Finally, the 57th minute, the U.S. goal scored by Mallory Swanson, off an assist from Corbin Albert. Brazil pushed until the last minute, but the U.S. were able to hold on to the lead and avoid extra time for their first gold medal in 12 years. It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad they finally got it. They've been on a slide pretty much since um, in the last year and a half. I really thought though Alex Morgan, they could have won it more easily, but Morgan didn't make the roster, and I thought it was going to be kind of, I didn't think they were going to be able to do much without her. I mean, I know she's getting up there in age by athlete years, but I thought she would have gave more of better offense if they would have let her on the roster. But nevertheless, the U.S. women have um, broken the drought, and soccer fans in the U.S. are cheering them on. So congratulations on that. All right, so that concludes our Olympic coverage, at least for this time around. All right, did anybody see that match though? If you did, do you have any thoughts? Yeah, yes, it is. Right. That was the controversy right there. Yes. Yeah, I'm surprised at that too. Right. Well, yeah. Yeah, I was surprised at that too. I thought, looking at it, so I'm like, oh, did they get away with that one? Yeah, it looks like they did. So keep playing. Right. Boom. That's right. Exactly. If nobody hears a whistle, just keep on going. And well, I guess the referees messed that up, but thankfully it was on our side that we pulled away with the victory. Congratulations. Yes. Just like in hockey. Mhm. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Right. Yes. You probably will. You probably will see an overhaul. No, I think they'll make that decision before the Olympics begins to avoid something like that happening again. They have to do it before that begins. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. Yes. No, not at all. Not at all. It's gonna be done a lot sooner than that. Oh, by the way, the women's soccer team is back on top of the world rankings after falling to as low as fifth by June, thanks to the debacle at the last year's World Cup. But now back on top, so congratulations on that. All right, let's turn to football. Okay, first up, bad news for Vikings fans. JJ McCarthy underwent surgery to repair a torn meniscus after completing a knee soreness over last weekend. The Vikings announced. Uh, at the time of this report, the Vikings didn't know the meniscus will be trimmed or completely repaired until he undergoes surgery, which he now has. Both routes would require different recovery periods. McCarthy missed Monday's practice after reporting right knee soreness. The team personnel, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said the rookie will undergo further testing. He actually did undergo surgery on Wednesday. An extended absence for McCarthy would result in Sam Darnold at quarterback for week one against the Giants. Oh, what a shame that's going to be. I almost feel sorry for the Vikings now. Sorry. Uh, no. Eek, what a joke. McCarthy was expected. Yes, but he can't drive 55 though. Okay. Yeah. No, but I think it was in high school. Okay. An extended absence would result in some Darnold at quarterback or for week one against the Giants. McCarthy was expected to get more reps in the first team offense in practice this week after playing well against the Raiders in the preseason opener. He completed 11 passes for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns and ran twice for 18 yards. Now, to update on that, if the update is available here, because this site's a little bit delayed. Okay. That's not it. Hmm. I thought, but his season is now definitely over, and it's the first time that a rookie quarterback will miss the entire season since the start of the modern era, which dates back to the 1967 draft. What a shame! You did great in college. You were looking forward to playing your first NFL season, and then this happens. Tough break. Yeah. You gotta feel sorry for something like that, though. Here you are, you're playing in preseason, and everything is looking great. You did well until the injury, and now your season's over before it even started. Yeah. Yes. Or as we call it, a double whammy. Yeah. Yeah. In other words, guys, the double whammy. Okay, here it is. He's out for the season with the torn meniscus. He suffered in the preseason opener. Um, despite saying the game, despite being his knee being sore. The Vikings took a close look at it 2 days later, and the Vikings discovered the torn meniscus in his knee. So that's what happened. That's what happened there. I think so. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. No. Yeah. That's right. All right. Please. All right. Okay. Steve, do you want to do your WWE report? Go ahead, but we gotta keep it short. Mhm. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Sorry, Diane. your trivia, if you have any. Okay. To increase their speed on the ice. Really? Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with that too. To keep from bouncing. Yes. Okay. That makes sense. All right. 'Matthew Perry. Yeah. Yes. Kind of weird. Okay. 61. 61. 73, huh? Oh yeah. Mhm. And I doubt very few of them are gonna be broken. I don't know if eventually they're gonna break it or not. We'll see. All right. That's true too. Yes. The playoff record, right. Okay. So back to football. All right. So the Patriots, or as I call them, have traded four-time Pro Bowl and pass rusher Matthew Judon to the Dirty Birds. You call them the Falcons, as per the NFL Network. Per the report, the Falcons sending third-round pick to the Patriots. In return, Judon has been on the trading block amid a contract stalemate and drawing interest from multiple teams, according to multiple reports. Wednesday's trade resolves the situation in New England as the Falcons did a significant upgrade in their pass rushing themselves. June is approaching the final year of his 4 million, 4-year, $54 million deal, as June makes 6.5 million this season. He briefly held in during Patriots camp while seeking an extension, but recently participating in Patriots practices. He will likely want an extension in Atlanta as well. It is not clear from early reports that the Falcons intend to engage in a new deal. Juden made 4 consecutive Pro Bowls from 2019 and 2022, but missed all but 4 games last season with a bicep injury that required surgery. Okay. In 2022, Juden tallied 15.5 sacks with 60 tackles, 14 for loss, 28 quarterback hits, 3 passes defended, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, as one of the most disruptive pass rushers in the NFL. He tallied 6 or more sacks in each of his Pro Bowl seasons, including 2021 with 12.5. The departure of Juden from New England further signals that continued rebuild around the first year quarterback Drake May under first year coach Jerry Mayo was weighed with low expectations. Steve Kent, you're the Patriots fan around here. I'll start with you on that one. No. Yes. Right. No. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Mhm. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. Over before it started. You haven't even played a game yet, so why do you want a new contract? You haven't even played a game for the Jets. Stupid. Yeah. Yeah, but still, I mean, but still, Alex, I mean, he hasn't he hasn't played a game for the Jets, so what do you want a new contract for? Now that's the second game of the week. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Right. Yes. No. Well, then again, there's only one Lawrence Taylor and one Reggie White, though. Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay. Right, exactly. Alright, so, next week does start college football. They call it week 0. Well, that's kind of insulting. So here we go. There's only 4 games this week, so we can do all of them. And one of them is a top 10, involves a top 10 team, so listen carefully. We'll start next Saturday at noon. Number 10, Florida State versus Georgia Tech. Steve Davis, I'll start that with you. Steve Kent. I thought you might say that. Mike, Alex, Diane. Matthew. Mhm. Nice. Okay. Jimmy. Okay, it's unanimous. Georgia Tech. Well, okay, I get it. I'm gonna go Florida State though, but I think Jimmy Davis is a good argument. I think it's gonna be a close game than what most people think. Georgia Tech plays awfully tough at home, so I'll give Jimmy a half a point on that. All right, next game: Montana State versus New Mexico. Steve Davidson, Steve Kent. Who does? Right, Mike, Alex, Diane, Matthew. Yes, they do. They do. Right, Jimmy. So am I. Unanimous. Okay. Uh, this looks like a good matchup here. SMU versus Nevada. Steve Davidson, Steve Kent. Yeah, this I think is a tough one. Mike. All right. Diane, Alex, Matthew, Jimmy. This is a tough one here. You know what? I think I'm going with SMU though, but it's going to be a slight margin. I don't see this being a blowout at all. And finally, for this week, for these first few games, Delaware State versus Southern Methodist Utah. Delaware State versus Hawaii. Steve Davidson. Wait a second. I don't know about that. Steve Kent. Hmm. Mike. All right. Alex. Diane. Jimmy. And Matthew. So am I. All I can say is aloha and pass this on to Hannah. All right. Uh, yeah. Now we go to NFL. Now remember, just pick one game for the preseason, and you just tell me which one it's going to be. All right. So yeah, we'll start with tonight's games. By the way, who had Philadelphia over New England on Thursday? I had Philadelphia. All right. Who has? All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So here are the list of the remaining games this week. Listen carefully. The Lions versus the Chiefs. The Vikings take on the Browns. The Seahawks take on the Titans. The Cardinals take on the Colts. The Commanders take on the Dolphins. The Bills take on the Steelers. The Jets they're taking on the Panthers. The Rams take on the Chargers in the Battle of Los Angeles. The Bucks take on the Jaguars. Cowboys take on the Raiders. Tomorrow's matchups. Oh, well, we had a few already. We had the Falcons against the Ravens. We had the Bears. We had the Bengals against the Bears, and we had the Giants take on the Texans. And tomorrow we have the Packers take on the Broncos, and the Saints taking on the 49ers. All right, Steve Davidson, who do you like? And just tell me one game you want this week. I can't give you it, but I'll take your option. Uh, Steve Kent, if you're still here. All right, Mike. All right, Diane. So, okay. Um, Alex. Matthew. All right, and Jimmy. You know, I kind of like Packers Broncos for some reason. I don't know why, but I think I got something here. Now remember, we're only doing this in preseason. When we get to the regular season, then we'll decide. We'll go through all the teams, and then you can make your choice there. But try not to take too long on that, guys. It's possible. It's possible. All right, now back to our regular schedule programming. All right. Uh, yeah, where should I go? Okay. Okay, we did the Vikings one. Um, okay. Yeah. The Rams quarterback led joint practice with the Cowboys yesterday with tightness in his hamstring. A spokesperson for the Rams. Oh wait, I didn't even get the name of that one. Browns rookie defensive tackle Michael Hall Jr. was back at practice on Wednesday, one day after his arrest on domestic violence charges. Oh boy. The Browns had a joint practice session with the Vikings and left early with an apparent injury after going on 11-11 drills. He was checked by trainers before walking off under his own power to the team's facility for further examination. Head coach Kevin Stefanski was on the opposite field where Hall was injured. Did not have an update on Hall's condition. Asked if Hall, barring injury, would practice again on Thursday, which he did, I believe. Hall said, Stefanski, I'm not going to talk past today. Stefanski needed to decline comment on his legal situation multiple times. Respectfully, I don't have much to say, Stefanski said after opening statement after practice. I'm going to proceedings play out. Hall was arraigned at Avion Lake Municipal Court and pleaded not guilty to one count of domestic violence. He was released from jail, posting a $10,000 bond. He is due back to court on September 10th, 2 days after the season opener against the Cowboys. Police were called at the home of Hall that he shares with his fiancee in Avion on Monday night. According to the incident report, the woman did tell police that Hall became violent, disputing after she was over finances. At one point, Hall pulled a gun to her temple. The report said police seized two handguns from the residence. The Browns selected Hall 54th in the April draft, third round. He plays college football. He played college football. Actually, I forgot what I said. But still, I mean, this guy is a complete idiot. Doing that to his fiance, putting a gun to her head. I mean, that's just unthinkable. And yet you're going to give this guy a chance to play in the NFL. What a jerk! Yeah, right. Especially children. Yeah, Oh, yeah. Yes. Mhm. Yes. Yeah. No. Yes. I think so too. Alright. Right. Right. That is. Exactly. Yes. I won't be. Alright, so getting back to that Jets story here. Jets pass rusher Hanson Reddick is already requesting a trade even before the season even begins, before even playing a game. News of his request broke out on Monday amid extended holdout from training camp. It prompted a swift response from General Manager Joe Douglas that the Jets will not honor his request, and as they intend to fine Reddick for the fullest extent of the CBA as long as he continues to hold out. That puts a damper of hope on the New York Jets fans, as usual. Um, for not unreasonably believing they had a chance to contend for Super Bowl anyway. Aaron Rodgers is back to lead the roster with a strong stable of players and a defensive that projects as elite. Red was a big part of the defense protection after arriving an offseason trade from the Eagles. A two-time Pro Bowler, an All-Pro in 2022, Red has recorded 11 sacks in the last 4 years, including 16 in 2022. Reg joined the Jets in April. He has yet to attend a practice since Reg is approaching his final year of his 3-year, $45 million deal that he has outplayed. He wanted an extension before arriving in New York, and still does. Both sides have not reached an agreement on one, and here and the Jets still have and Jets still stand with another season ready to be go down right down the drain. How do you get you haven't even played a game yet and you're going to be traded? I mean, that shows how much little faith you have in this team. Then maybe you shouldn't have signed with them in the first place, stupid. I mean, really. You're not even giving the Jets a chance. Well, traded, yeah. But you're not even giving them a chance. Uh, yeah, yeah. Right. He already has. Mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright. Okay, so moving on. Uh, yeah, trying to okay. Yeah, but still, I mean, you haven't even given the guy a chance, so really, I mean, that's right. Yes. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm just trying to look for something here that, yeah, just trying to look for, something here that I found kind of well, kind of, shocking. It happened during the auto race last week. I think you know what I'm talking about, with, Austin Dillon. Yeah, if only Gerald was here because he's the auto racing expert. But, he said he would do anything it would take to win, and, oh boy, and he had to cut some of the racers off. Oh, here we are. We don't talk much auto racing here, as you know, but this was interesting. Richard Childress behind his grandson after Austin Dillon wrecked both Joey Logano and Danny Hamlin's cars to win at last Sunday's race at Richmond. Dillon was running second to Logano and spun him to the final two corners as Logano was spitting Dillon and slowed down. Hamlin moved to the inside to pass Dillon. Then Dillon turned left to hook Hamlin into the wall and get to the finish line first. Ooh, boy, that's ugly. After the race concluded, Dillon said he would have done anything to win since he had not won a race in 2 years. Childress Dillon's car said to his grandson, "Do whatever it takes to win. Sometimes you gotta do that." Dillon said after the race that he fully intended to crash Logano, but his move to dump Hamlin was the reaction of the moment. Dillon's actions did not instantly draw a reaction from NASCAR officials, although now that has been declared that he is not going to be part of that playoff race. While NASCAR opened the possibility of a penalty Sunday night, any discipline action would not take effect until at least Tuesday. And NASCAR does punish Dillon for his actions, it's very unlikely his victory will be taken away from him, which it was not. Dillon said he needed to do because NASCAR would likely not do anything. The sanctioning body has shown that it is willing to tolerate absurd driving in recent years, especially at the cup level. He needed he entered the race 32nd in points and needed a win in the last four races to qualify for the playoffs. Uh, I mean, some people, like I said, some people will do anything, just to win, even as doing something stupid. If you get the drift here. Is there something you wanted to say, Steve? All right. I'll get to the others. I'll get to the updates during that in a moment. For you NBA fans, I got some news here. The schedule is out, and first up, the Knicks. Knicks will get the pleasure of watch the Celtics receiving their championship rings on opening night on the 22nd of October. Yuck. According to Yahoo Sports, the regular season begins October 22nd as the Knicks head to Boston. Then the Wolves take on the Lakers that night. Both games will be on TNT, which is its last year of its deal, supposedly. Another notable opener will take place on the 23rd as the New York Sixers take on the Bucks in their new arena. The Clippers is in the new arena against the Phoenix Suns. Other notable matchups this season will likely be with Klay Thompson, who is now with the Mavericks, to take on the Warriors on November 12th. Oh boy. The Celtics and the Mavericks, last season's finalists, will meet twice, once on January 25th in Dallas, and then in February 6th in Beantown. The Christmas schedule was released last week, and those games look like a doozy as well. Yeah. Yeah, great. What a way for the Knicks to start. They got open up in Boston, and watch them get their rings. Makes me sick. It really does. Yeah. You guys know how I feel about the Celtics, right? Those of you who've not paid attention to the show over the years know how much I can't stand the Celtics. Oh, Grant getting that echo again. That's okay. So, what do we make of the first weekend matchups, NBA fans? Forget it. Uh huh. Yeah. Oh, I have an update on the with Logano. Logano went off the deep end and called Austin Wilson a piece of crap after Dylan wrecked Logano on turns 3 and 4 at Richmond last week. It snapped a 68 winless streak for Dylan. Logan led Dylan by one full car length with one lap to go in overtime. Members of Dylan's Richard Childress racing team could be heard wreck him on the radio as Dylan closed in on Logano. Um, Before he had spun him out into a wall, Dylan also hooked Denny Hamlin as Hamlin tried to take the lead just before the finish line. Dylan, who last won in Daytona 2022, said, "Thank God," as he was holding his infant daughter after the race, which did not sit well with Logano. That's 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 trash. There's no doubt about it. Logano said it. He was 4 cars length in the back, not even close. Then he wrecks Hamlin to go along with it. There's there's no. Then he's going up there, thanking God and praising everything with his baby. What a bunch of bull. That's what Logano said. The crash cost Logano his second win of the season after winning the Alley 400 Speedway in Nashville in June. He also won the non-points race All-Star race in May. Dylan qualified for the playoffs with the win. He did not deny making that questionable move to get the win. Oh boy, I can understand that that Logano is angry, but still, to call him trash like that, no, that's not necessary. So he's just being a poor sport. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe Dylan might have got away with murder a little bit because I don't think it was fair to cut him off. But you didn't have to trash talk him, calling him a piece of trash like that. You know, but I think well, let's put it this way. Dylan won square, but did he win it fairly? I don't think so. So this could be a good argument. Yeah. Anybody want to comment on this controversial win? Like that's some controversial enough. Yeah, go ahead, Steve. Yeah, that's where I read from too. Anyone else? Hmm. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Funny. I mean, at least somebody got her on there. But sometimes. Right. Anyone else? You do. Yes, you. No, you don't. But then again, NASCAR is known for that. Right. Anyone else? Nobody? Right. Hey, I found something interesting here. This could be a good news story here. Cops unveiled a rare LeBron, Curry, and Durant, sign Paris Olympic card. All three players will sign one-on-one Topps trading cards that feature the gold medal winning trio in red, white, and blue Team USA uniforms that will be sent to a customer at random who purchases the Stars base card from the company. The card pays tribute to the moment when we saw during the Olympics when the three of the greatest players combined took home gold by top senior top senior vice president Clay Launch told ESPN. The particular card is special because you have the regular version and the autograph version. There have been many different autograph cards throughout basketball's trading card history, but this is the first as all three players signed the card. That's what makes it more unique. The base card was made available about a half hour after Team USA beat France in the gold medal game, and purchasing window closed at 6:20 p.m. back on Tuesday. At that point, Topps paired the redemption card at the triple auto at random for the lucky customer. The redemption card will be sent to the winner within 10 days of the close of the sale, according to a top spokesman. The base card with Curry, LeBron, KD retails for $11.99, cheap. In recent years, featuring James autograph accompanied with the signatures of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, have sold auctions for tens of thousands of dollars. I think the card easily is six figures, said founder CEO Golden Auctions. That's by Sam Golden. He told ESPN was asking for an estimation of the card's worth. However, the fact is not packed full. However, the fact is not packed full. The card's caption value. The card is now part of the Topps program that releases cards directly to the customers as moments in sports history unfolds, rather than a traditional card set that typically commemorates a particular season for a sports league. Still, I think it's quite an honor, that they got, there was just in a half hour of winning, and I think it's a very unique card to say the least. So gotta give congratulations out on that. I mean, that's a very special card. I think about one myself. Yeah, yeah. Any takers? Yeah, never mind. I didn't think so, but still, a very high honor and well deserved too. No doubt about that. So congratulations, Team USA. Yeah. Any other thoughts from anybody with that? All right, then I'll move on. All right. Turning to baseball. Uh, here's okay. This one goes for all the rookies out there. Weston Wilson, a 28-year-old rookie with over 2,500 major league hits, when he made his big league debut in August of 2023 at Citizens Bank Park. In his first at bat, he hit a home run, which you'd think would be enough to make the top story on SportsCenter. It would have been if not for Michael Lorenzen, who pitched a no hitter in the same game that night. Now, fast forward 1 year later, with the Nationals once again at Citizens Bank Park, Wilson got a rare start in place of Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh in left field because it was the first of three games where the Phillies will face a left-handed pitcher. This time, he tripled in the fourth, then reached an infield single as the Phillies bat around in what became a 13-3 rout over the Nationals. Weston hit a home run in the seventh and finished off the cycle in the eighth with a double with one out. The last time a Phillies player hit for the cycle was JT Realmuto of June 12th of last season against the D-backs, and the first player hit the cycle at Citizens Bank Park in 20 years by Dave Bell with the team formerly known as the Expos. He's also the first rookie to hit for the cycle. That makes it even more special. As he came to play in the eighth against Orlando Rabalta, he knew exactly what was on the line. I was aware because Bryce Harper was on the top step of the dugout, letting me know if you hit the ball, keep running. Don't stop until you reach second base. Rabalta threw a 2-2 fastball, and Wilson threw it in the opposite direction. For a moment, it looked like right fielder Alex Cole robbed him with a circus catch, but the ball had tricked out of his glove, and Weston got the stand-up double. He robbed me plenty of times in the minors. I thought it was more than the gap. Then I saw more of him closing in and thought he must be joking. Unfortunately, he did not catch the ball. The sellout crowd included his wife, which gave a standing ovation. It all started with a triple off national star Michael Parker, but it almost did not happen after the ball had deflected off the right field wall. I had to trip up on second base had almost ate up of it. I said I did not see the ball coming back towards me because of the video review board. I thought Alex was right on the ball, so I was taking a direct line to second base. Then, as I further out, I saw him coming toward the infield and for the ball, and then I took off. By the time I came up again, right-hander Eduardo Salazar was in the game. He hit a blooper off second baseman Luis Garcia, who ended up not having a play. I saw a breaking ball spin. It was kind of went off the opposite way. It came to me versus breaking back over the plate. I didn't know how I hit it. I think I hit the ball 50 miles per hour off that ball. Well, actually 43.1. Still not bad. The home run came out the first pitch of the seventh of Tanner Rainey. Once that happened, I knew there was a chance if I come back up, I don't know if I would get another at bat. Some things had to work out for me to get back up, said Wilson. First rookie hit for the cycle. That's interesting. Yeah. That was. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Okay. Hmm. I wonder if everybody saw my picks for football. Okay. Uh, all right. For you baseball fans out there, get this. The MLB 2025 exhibition season will begin on February 20th as the Dodgers will face the Cubs in the Cactus League opener in Glendale, Arizona. The Grapefruit League will begin on the 21st as the Rays take on the Yankees. All 30 teams are scheduled to play on the 22nd. The spring breakout, which features prospects, began this year and returns from March 16th, 13th to the 16th. 93 players from the breakout games have appeared in the majors this season. The Braves will play the Cubs in a crossover series in Mesa, Arizona on March 24th and 25th. The Rockies will face off the Twins on the same day. Scheduled exhibitions at the major league ballparks from March 23rd to March 25th include the Guardians at the D-backs and the Rockies at the Rangers. More to be added later. The Astros will host AAA Sugarland at Minute Maid Park. The regular season opens on March 18th in Tokyo as the Cubs face the Dodgers, and the North American opener begins on March 27th. My. It seems like every year gets earlier and earlier, and the World Series gets later and later. Go figure that out. Okay. I got some news for you, Diane. Bills starting linebacker Matt Milano will have Tuesday's practice left injured and tore his biceps and will be out for some time to come. Oh boy. Milano will undergo surgery with the hope of returning by December, hopefully. This one was the second season that Milano has suffered a significant injury. Last season, he fractured his leg in week 5 against the Jaguars and missed the rest of the season. Oof. Milano was entering his 8th season with the Bills and was first team All Pro and made his only Pro Bowl in 2022. Hmm. Yeah, but still, I don't think it's going to be much of a problem for that because the Bills have fallen through injury before, and I don't see how it's going to affect them that much. I think they're going to be fine, Di. I think your Bills are going to be okay. Yeah. Di, any thoughts? Diane? Okay, since I figure you're the Bills fan around here, I thought maybe you would. Yes. Yes. We got rebuilt. Right. Neither would I. I didn't hear that, Diane. Yeah, when you lose talent, yeah, that's what happens. Right. Yeah. Right. Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Going back to basketball for a second, built on winning their first NBA title since 1973, the Knicks will see how their newest player, Mikal Bridges, stack up against the Celtics when they begin the new season opening night, October 22nd. The NBA schedule was released Thursday officially, with the Knicks taking on the Celtics, then LeBron and Anthony Edwards taking it as Lakers take on the Timberwolves. The Knicks finished second in the Eastern Conference standings, 14 games behind the Celtics, but injuries took its toll on them in the postseason and lost to the Pacers, in the second round. The Pacers were then swept by the Celtics, obviously. In what hopes to be a successful attempt in knocking on the defending champions, the Knicks made their first trade with the Nets for the first time since 1983, sending 5 first-round picks to land Bridges in the biggest trade of the summer. The Knicks hope the addition of Bridges would help them win the Eastern Conference. The Celtics, who finished with the best 64-18, finished the postseason at 16-3 and won their first championship since 2008, 18th overall. Edwards and the Wolves are looking to take a step forward after reaching the Western Conference Finals last season. The Lakers also will get first. They'll get Bronny James on opening night. On the second night of the season, another double feature will feature the Sixers taking on the Bucks and the Clippers in a new arena taking on the Suns, as I mentioned before. The Mavericks will take on the Spurs on October 24th, where they'll have a matchup against the Joker against SAG, Shai Garius Alexander. John Morant will make his long away return to the court on October 25th. Morant only played 9 games last season following a suspension, then suffered a lab tear in his right shoulder in January. The Grizzlies finished 27-55 last year, but drafted Zach Edey ninth overall. Morant was cleared to resume in July. So we got quite a good matchup for opening week, guys, don't we? I'm anxious to see what the Knicks are gonna do. Um, with Mikal Bridges. I think he can give the Knicks, some good offense and maybe make a run at the Eastern Conference title this year. hopefully be able to overtake the dreaded Celtics. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that was the problem. Yeah, that is. They gotta be healthy, that's the thing, they weren't healthy. Right. No, you're right, because that's what happened. They were cruising along, and all of a sudden, when the injuries piled up, they just didn't have enough weapons, and that's what caused them to lose. Yes. Yeah, I think right. Oh, yeah, right. That's the problem, Ricky. Yeah, that's the problem. You gotta stay healthy, because if you're not, when you're really gonna be needed, you're not gonna win. So, you gotta stay healthy and avoid injuries, and if you do get injured, you gotta find someone else to back you up. Otherwise, you're not gonna. Yes. uh Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Maybe. Alright, so moving on to the other idiot of the week, Carlos, Alcaraz reportedly smashed his racket on the court in a rare show of frustration, and the four-time Grand Slam champion lost to Gail, uh, Monfils in 4 sets at the Cincinnati Open. It was a match suspended by Iran on Thursday, with the players in a second set tiebreaker. Monfils advanced as he took the last 2 sets. Alcaraz calling it his worst match ever. Yeah, pretty much. I felt it was my worst match of my career, said Alcaraz. I've been practicing it very well. I was feeling great, but I just could not play the way I wanted. I I just want to forget this happened as I headed to the US Open. Trailing 3-1 in the match when it was suspended, Alcaraz was hoping for a reset, but the third ranked player could not control his emotions. That had not happened before. I could not control my feelings, said Alcaraz. I could not control what I was feeling. I was not playing my style of tennis. It was very frustrating for me when it came to the point where I didn't want to play anymore. Alcaraz was playing his first match since earning a silver medal at the Olympics after losing to Novak Djokovic in the final and lost to him in the Cincinnati Open last year. In the women's final, Inga Swiatek advanced to the quarterfinal round with a straight 6-2, 6-2 win over Maria Kosmak. Hmm. Talk about being a poor sport. Yeah, Alcaraz is not really known for losing his temper. He's won, and still becomes like that. Well, anybody can have an off day, of course, but just didn't. It just wasn't his day, and he just couldn't control himself. Well, I guess we'll have our weak moments. Let me get his. On the women's side, Martika von der Rosa, the 2023 Wimbledon champ, was pulled out of the U.S. Open due to injuries. She's been silent with a hand injury that suffers from a forearm problem. She was the first Wimbledon. She won her first major at Wimbledon last year and runner up at 2019 French Open and won a silver medal at the 21 Olympics in Tokyo. She has not played since her first round loss at Wimbledon last month, making her the first woman in 30 years to lose a first round matchup after winning the title in the previous year. She will be replaced by Petra Martic in the women's bracket. And the U.S. Open begins on August 26th. Okay. Uh, oh, Caitlin Clark was refreshed and rested after playing her first game in a month as the WNBA resumed this past week. Clark scored 28 points and 10 assists and 5 rebounds with a 98-89 win over the Mercury on Friday night. With that, Clark became the first rookie in league history to score at least 450 points and 200 assists. She also scored her ninth game with 20 plus points, 5 plus assists, and 5 rebounds, moving closer to the record 12 games by Brianna Stewart of Liberty last season. Over the past 2 games, Clark is the first player in WNBA history to score 50 plus points and 25 plus assists. Indiana's backcourt carried the night with Kelsey Mitchell scoring 28 points and shot 6 for 13 from 3-point range. Aliyah Boston added 14 points, followed by Nalicia Smith, who had 13 points. Both players had 9 rebounds. The Mercury looked flat, which is understandable after playing back-to-back games against to resume the WNBA season. The Mercury lost to the Chicago Sky 85-65 on Thursday, and the team also had 3 starters play in last Sunday's gold medal game in the Olympics. However, trailing by 28 with 6 minutes left in the half, the Mercury cut the lead down to 1 with a minute left in the third quarter. Indiana kept this lead and kept Phoenix at bay through the fourth, maintaining at least a 5-point margin before opening lead back to double digits. Yeah. And Indiana can still make the playoffs as well. So I'll have to see what happens there, but they're not doing as well as I would hope. Oh, one more thing, guys. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing a Sunday show on September 1st instead of August 31st. The same time, though. So nothing else has changed except that date. No, it's not a permanent switch. I just got to take care of something on the 31st. So that show will be on September 1st on a Sunday, the Sunday before Labor Day. So you can write that down if you forget. Correct. Yes. And the WNBA game will be in Indianapolis next year. The league announced on Wednesday. The league will announce the news later this week. This marks the first time the WNBA game will be held in Indianapolis. The Indiana Fever are riding on the way of popularity after drafting. Mhm. I think I got a phony on here. Hold on a second. No? Hmm. Okay. Or someone's being bugged. All right. Okay. Clark has been paired with former draft pick Aaliyah Boston and number 2 pick Isaiah Smith. For a young core, the Indianapolis has prompted massive attendance and viewership records. The Fever also led the league in attendance for both home and away games and see a 265% increase in attendance from the previous season. The Fever also has 38 of their games broadcast on national TV and 10 has set viewership records across all networks. Clark had 4 points and 10 assists for Team WA last month in the All Star game. Team WNBA beat Team USA 117-109. How about that? The Fever, who are currently in seventh place with 11-15 record, are hoping to make the playoffs for the first time since 2016. But I don't see that happening. I really don't. Not 11-16. No. You'll be lucky if you do. 11-16. That's not playoff. That's not playoff mentality. Okay. All right, here we go. This week in sports history, the most recent, of course. Okay. All right. Interesting note here. 1933, player Lou Gehrig plays his 1,308th. His 1,308th consecutive game. Yeah, right. He sure was. 1948, the Phillies commit 8 errors in a baseball game for the second time. Oh wow. 1957, baseball player Austin Richie Ashburn fouls and hits fan Alice Roth twice in the same at bat playing for the Phillies. The first breaks her nose. The second one hits her while she's on a stretcher. Oof. 1963, Jim Hickman becomes the first Met to hit for the cycle. Wow. 1965, Giants outfielder Willie Mays takes second place in the all-time home run list. 1969, the Jets beat the Giants 37-14 in the first preseason meeting. Hold on, guys. I only got 2 minutes. Hold on. 1972, Phillies Steve Carlton hits his 15th straight game. Wow. Wins his 15th straight game, I should say. American golfer Lee Trevino hit his first hole-in-one in 1973. Oh, and our passings to Chichi Rodriguez, of course, as well. I think I mentioned it last week. PGA golfer, died at 88 years old. Yes. 1984, Pete Rose returns to Cincinnati Reds as yes. 1984, Pete Rose returns to Cincinnati as Reds manager. Yes. Oh well. Yeah. 1987, Muhammad Ali elected to Ring Magazine's Boxing Hall of Fame. 1989, Orioles shortstop Carl Ripken plays his 1208th consecutive game, moves third place behind Lou Gehrig and the Red Sox Yankees Everett Scott. 1990, Carlton Fisk hits White Sox record 187th home run. Canada, okay. I think, yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Oh, not Rafael Nadal beats Spain's Chile's Fernando Gonzalez 6-3, 7-6, 6-3 to win the men's singles title at the Beijing Olympics in 2008. And Michael Phelps breaks the record by Mark Spitz, 72 Olympics, and won with 8 gold medals. No, Miriam was here. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Rasul's going to be coming up next. So I'm going to join him. So remember, thank you, Miriam. So don't forget, the September 1st, we'll do the show instead of August 31st. But next week, regular time, and we'll do our full college football picks for the first week of the next week of the season. But try to keep the comments short on that because we got to get them all in as much as possible. And on that note, we'll talk again next week, same time, same station. Good night. Right? Good night.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good night. Thank you.
How come you weren't on full screen?
No, I have the other screen on.
Okay.
I have another screen.
How'd it go?
All right.
Nothing from Taylor.
That would be till later if he calls at all.
How'd you have with your show?
All right. Okay.
A good amount?
Yes.